Hey there, Angular folks, and welcome back. What if you could start using signal forms today without touching your existing reactive or template-driven forms at all? Well, in Angular 22, you'll be able to build signal-based custom form controls that drop right into your existing forms. No massive rewrites required. Let's see how it works. Here we have a simple cart form. We've got a quantity control, a coupon code input, an email field, and a gift wrap checkbox. This form is currently built using standard reactive forms, and this quantity control is actually a custom form control built using ControlValueAccessor. If I click the plus and minus buttons, you can see the value of our form updating correctly in the debug panel below. And if I go under one item, it triggers our validation and we see the error message appear. So everything works because it's all currently built with reactive forms. We're going to change that in a minute, but first, let's look at the code to see how it's currently built. Let's start by looking at the parent form component, the cart component. Right here at the top, you can see the form group directive that wraps all of our form controls. Then, here we have our custom quantity stepper component, and it's wired up using the standard form control name directive. This binds this custom control to the reactive form control within the parent form group. Below that, we have our coupon code, email, and gift wrap controls, all using that exact same form control name directive. Now, let's switch over to the component TypeScript. Here, we have the interface for our form, strongly typing everything with form controls. And if we scroll down, we have the form group itself. Here's our quantity form control, initialized to 1 and set as non-nullable with a minimum value validator of 1. That's why, once we went below a quantity of 1, we saw our validation error. Then we have the coupon code, the email control with required and email validators, and the gift wrap Boolean control. This is a pretty standard reactive form setup, right? The complexity is actually hiding inside that custom stepper component. Let's switch over and take a closer look. First, we have this providers array. We have to provide ngValueAccessor and use forward ref just to tell Angular that this component can act as a form control. Then our class implements the ControlValueAccessor interface. If we scroll down, we have a private value signal to hold the state. We also have a public value property to expose it for use in the form. And then we have an isDisabled Boolean property too. After this, we have all this plumbing. We have empty on change and on touched callbacks. We have write value so Angular can push values in. We have register on change and register on touched, so Angular can give us the callback functions to call when things change. And we have set disabled state to handle when the form disables the control. None of this is your actual business logic. It's all just needed due to the fact that this is a custom control built with ControlValueAccessor. Finally, down in our increment and decrement functions, we have to update our internal signal, but we also have to manually call on change, so the parent form knows about it. That's a lot of stuff, right? And this is a fairly simple example. I've certainly seen much more complex custom controls in my experience working with Angular. Now, let's take a look at the template for this component. Here we have our decrement button. It calls our decrement method and binds its disabled state to our isDisabled property. And the increment button does the exact same thing too. It's kind of a lot of code for a simple plus and minus button, right? Now, imagine we are tasked with updating this quantity stepper component. We want to modernize it and convert it to a custom control using signal forms. But we don't want to rewrite the parent cart component yet. Maybe it's a massive, complicated form, and we just aren't ready to take on that work today. Well, with signal forms in Angular 22, this will be pretty easy. Let's see how. Let's switch back to the TypeScript. First, I'm going to completely delete that provider's array. We don't need it anymore. Next, I'll delete the private value signal, and then I'm going to delete all of those ControlValueAccessor methods. OnChange, OnTouched, WriteValue, register on change, register untouched, and set disabled state. All gone. That feels good. Now I'll just clean up the unused imports at the top. Next, instead of ControlValueAccessor, we'll implement the new FormValueControl interface, and we'll type it to a number. This is how you create a custom form control in Signal Forms. When you implement this interface, instead of implementing a bunch of methods, Angular now just expects a single model signal for the value. So we'll change our value property to be a model initialized to 1. We'll also change our isDisabled property to an input initialized to false. Finally, we can now simplify our increment and decrement functions. We don't need to call on change anymore, so all we need to do now is update the signal value in both cases. That's it. That's the entire component class now. It's incredibly clean and simple. Now, we just need to make one tiny update to the template. Since isDisabled is now a signal input, instead of a plain Boolean, we just need to add parentheses here in our template variable declaration to call the signal. Okay, so the child component is fully modernized to use Signal Forms. Now let's open up the cart component because it's time to make some massive, complicated changes to the parent form so it can talk to this new signal-based control. Just kidding. Yeah, we're not doing that. In Angular 22, we won't have to make any changes to intermix custom form value controls with classic reactive forms or template-driven forms. We will be able to simply continue to use our existing parent form with form group, form control, and the form control name directive, and it just works. Angular is now doing something it's never done before. It's automatically bridging Signal Forms and reactive forms for you. That means you can modernize one component at a time. Let's save and check it out. Okay, our form looks exactly the same, so that's good. Let's adjust the quantity. Look at the debug panel. The value of our reactive form is updating correctly in real time, now driven by our signal-based child control. And if I go under one item, it triggers the reactive forms validation, and our error message still works perfectly. No ngValueAccessor, no manual callbacks, just simple signals using FormValueControl. This is still a reactive form, but the control itself is now fully signal-based. So we went from a ControlValueAccessor with a bunch of boilerplate to a clean signal-based control with 0 changes to the parent form. That's a big deal for real-world apps. And the fact that the Angular team is now implementing it to be fully backward compatible with form control name and reactive forms is huge. It means you can incrementally migrate your large applications one component at a time without having to rewrite your entire form architecture all at once. And Signal Forms are still new, which makes this the perfect time to get ahead of the curve. If you want to go deeper, I've got a full course where I dive into these patterns, so check it out. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. All right, I'll see you in the next one.